Do you ever encounter an initialization such as this? You have this big number, which is what, 13 billion? Is it 130 million? What is it? So you go and select 3 of the digits, and you're like, oh, this is 1.3 billion plus 100. Okay, so that took quite a while. Now there's going to be a new feature in the JavaScript standard that is going to allow you to make this more readable, and that is the numeric separators. What you can do is, instead of just typing in the digits, you can put in underscores in between the digits. So you can say here an underscore every like 3 digits, so that you can group them by the thousands. And this, if I try to run it, you'll notice is still 1.3 billion in the console. So it acts as if there's no character here, but when you read the code itself, this is much easy to understand that, oh, okay, so this is 1.3 billion and a bit. Now there's going to be 2 more situations where this is very useful. So first things first, when dealing with binary numbers, such as this one, everything is going to be much easier to read if you have those separators in between every, let's say, 4 binary digits. So if you go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, okay, so this is 1 niblet, and then here's 2 of these make a byte, and then the other 2 make another byte. So this guy is basically 2 bytes long, like at the first glance you can see. And then if somebody asks, is the 9th bit set on this number? Well, you can say yes, because that's the 9th bit, and it's easy to see it instead of starting to count from the beginning of the number, right? And the same thing, this works, of course. So you're gonna get this random number that I typed in here. And the same thing applies for hexadecimal numbers. So if you have, for example, this number, right? At the first glance, this is like, how many bytes is this? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 bytes? Yeah, it's 4 bytes. Okay, that makes sense. If you run this, you're gonna get this number. But you can also add the underscores in between every 2 digits inside a hexadecimal number, and that's going to allow you to see, okay, well, this is the first byte, the second byte, the third byte, and the 4th byte, and you can actually count how many bytes there is in this number very easily. And it's going to give you, of course, the same exact result as before. Now, these underscores can be used in any numeric literal. So you can also use them after the decimal point if you so desire. So if you have, for example, the number 0.123, something like that, you can actually add an underscore in between these 6 numbers, right? And that's going to result into this number on the console, right? So this guy is still ignored. Although this is not as useful as the other ones, you can still do it. Same thing if you have an octal number here. So if you have 00713 and then 236, you might want to group them in groups of 3 or whatnot, just like so. So this still works, and inside our debugger we're going to get this number. Now the numeric separators are not yet in the ECMAScript standard, so you're going to have to wait for that to become mainstream. But for now, this is available in most of the latest browsers, such as Chrome and Firefox, and on the Android versions of them, and also on the latest version of Node from version, let me see, it's 12.5. So if you have version 12.5 or later, that's also going to work with this. Just keep in mind that is not the LTS version of Node. And that's about it with numeric separators. In the comments, go ahead and tell me about where you think this can come in useful in your application or in somebody else's application. I don't know, I want to see the use cases of this. I know they could be interesting, and they make for much readable numbers. I know that some numbers can be just represented as a number times 10 to a power. That could also make things more readable, but this doesn't need any operations to be done to it, right? It's just the same as declaring the number straight up instead of doing operations with powers of numbers, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was useful, and take care. Bye.